I've been watching Breakpoint on Netflix, and it's a great show where we get to follow professional tennis players in big tournaments and whatnot. And we also get an insight into their psychology, which is what I want to talk about today. So, this is Matteo Berrettini, and he has an impressive and interesting way to deal with negative thoughts and emotions while playing. Now, it's a natural human instinct to avoid things that feel bad, and most people try to avoid negative thoughts and emotions, especially during high pressure situations. It's the flight instead of the fight, right? And that can be fine, but is it helpful in sport? You can't really escape in the middle of a match, and when fear and doubt start creeping in, you need to have a way of dealing with it effectively if you want to win. Well, I want to show you the great way that Berrettini has found to deal with this. So take a look at this clip from the show.
I feel like a lot of fear. I'm not gonna be able to win this match. But as always, it's the balance between the fear and the will. If there is no fear, there is no will.
So he describes that he feels the fear of losing coming on, but he doesn't see it as a threat. He says there is always a balance between the fear and the will, right? Now, he doesn't expand on what he means by that, so I'll make my own interpretation here. I think the will means the energy and the heart to fight and overcome the challenge he's facing. And it seems to me that he has a way of understanding the will and the fear as two sides of the same coin. And without one, the other one wouldn't exist either. And not only that, but he also believes that he needs to feel that fear in order to perform at his best.
The fear of losing brings me to my best level.
Berrettini has found a way to use the fear of losing to his advantage, to work with it instead of against it. Now, this is his way of dealing with his own psychology, and just because it works for him doesn't mean that it would work for you. Based on your personality and experiences, you will have a way that fits you the best, but it's always helpful to take inspiration from others. I will say that in general, it's a lot more effective to go with the flow of emotions instead of trying to remove or change them by force, right? That's like swimming against the current while simultaneously trying to win a tennis match. Not good.
I start to curse myself. I was thinking about my parents back home.
Well, he has given Berrettini no breathing room whatsoever.
I shouldn't feel happy for what is happening. I should feel embarrassed. And suddenly I feel the fear coming. Okay, now I'm gonna show you what I have inside.
So this is a clip from another match against the legend Rafael Nadal. And Berrettini starts to feel that fear and even some potential shame in relation to his family, it seems. But again, he uses these negative emotions as a force to reach his goals. He embraces the dark side of his psyche, if you will. And there's power in that. Now, again, in general, I wouldn't recommend thinking about things like what your family might think during a match. I'd like to see an effective focus here and now on the next action. And family affairs can wait until after the match. But Bertini, he doesn't get caught up in those thoughts. He just lets them fuel his will to win and then refocuses that energy on the match. Now, this is a very specific psychological strategy that he likely has crafted with a lot of time and experience. It's not something you can just go out and do.
I am really proud. I prove myself that I think my biggest weapon is not my service, not my forehand, but it's like my mindset.
Berrettini really has an impressive mental game. He knows himself very well, and he's not afraid to spend time in the dark side. Developing a mental game like this takes a lot of time and practice, and your mental game is definitely something you should be practicing. It'll help you unlock your highest level of performance and avoid unnecessary losses because of tilting. A good psychological coach should be able to teach you how to get to know yourself and learn what you need to elevate your mental game together with the rest of your training. Anyway, that's all I had for today. Thank you for listening.